The CRAAP Test. Use this criteria to assess a website. What is a website? A website or a web page is something that exists on that page only and does not occur elsewhere in print or another digital source. For example, if you are on a website for the New York Times, that is not a true website because it occurs in print and another digital source. So let's try to find a website that we can evaluate together. So I'm on Google and I want to look for websites on human trafficking. The first thing we see is we see a need help hotline number. Then we see 4 ads for human trafficking. These 4 websites are ads because they say ads. These websites have paid Google to make sure that they're at the top when anyone runs a search. We see a website from the government, we see another one from an organization, we see a Wikipedia page, more organizations, one from ICE, Polaris Project, Human Trafficking Hotline, justice.gov, and then we end with some more ads. I'm going to pick this polarisproject.org website. All right. So the first letter in CRAAP is C, and it stands for currency, how recently something was created. So we're going to look for posted, updated, revised dates at the top and bottom of the screen. So I'm at the top of our page. I don't see any dates here. I'm going to scroll down to the bottom, and I see a 2020 date here, which tells me and tells you that this website has been updated at least this year. Always make sure that you look for dates to make sure that the information that you're looking at is current. Always make sure you look for dates to make sure that the information you're looking at is current. The next letter in CRAAP is R, and it stands for relevance, whether the information on the page answers your questions. You have to read what's on the page to find out. So I see at the top it's talking about human trafficking. It gives us a definition here. Human trafficking is a business of stealing freedom for profit. In some cases, traffickers trick, defraud, or physically force victims into selling sex. In others, victims are lied to, assaulted, threatened, or manipulated into working under inhumane, illegal, or otherwise unacceptable conditions. It is a multi-billion-dollar criminal industry that denies freedom to 24.9 million people around the world. It also breaks down this definition into sex trafficking and labor trafficking. So I would say that this website answers my questions on what human trafficking is. The first A in CRAAP is for authority, the author or the person group who created the information on the page. We're going to look for names of people. If there are no names, the group company who owns the website is the author. So I don't see a name here at the top. So I'm going to scroll down to see if I see any other names. I don't see any names, but I do see here that it says Polaris is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. So we know that this organization is who published this website and has the authority to put out this information. The next letter in CRAAP is another A, and it stands for accuracy, whether or not the information on the page is correct. We're going to find another source that provides the same facts and to look for links for supporting information or sources. So as I was scrolling down earlier, I did see this policy and legislation section, and I saw resources and reports. I see that they're talking about U.S. Congress, so I'm going to click on Learn More. They're talking about the Trafficking Victims Protection Act of 2000. They're also referring to Congress. They're talking about the Trafficking Victims Protection Act. If I click on that, it takes me straight to a bill from Congress. They also have links straight out to the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services that talk about efforts to combat human trafficking on behalf of the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. So I would say that yes, we are looking for links to supporting information and sources, and those links are leading us to government websites, which means that the information that this person or this organization is putting out is accurate. The last letter in CRAAP is P, and it stands for purpose, the reason the information exists. So it either exists for 1, to inform, 2, to persuade, 3, to entertain. Our URL can give us hints. So any .gov websites we know is factual information because it's coming from the government. So those websites are generally made to inform. .com websites are commercial websites. So think of youtube.com, netflix.com. They're there for entertainment purposes. .org, which is the website that we're looking at together, is an organization. .edu is an educational institution, so think of your my.utep.edu login or utep.edu login. So we're looking at an organization, okay? So our website exists to inform, but I also see this link down here that says it's a nonprofit organization, please donate now. So sometimes organizations put out really great information, but they also try to get you to join their cause. And they'll ask for donations to help them combat whatever they may be advocating for. In this case, it's human trafficking. Things to remember when you're evaluating a website is that every source that you come across has a bias. The only one responsible for the quality of information you use is you. If you come across a website and you're unsure of its credible source, use the criteria to evaluate the website, or you can also reach out to your librarian who can help you decide whether the website you're looking at is a credible source or not.